refs now, mate.
That actually work. 18118.
Where's your IC?
Behind you.
Behind you.
Okay, we're gonna go
Yeah, it
to
does work.
Yeah, right.
Zeno.
So it's instead of taking the dagger, take the if you can take the micro dagger GPF now.
It's good. And then it'll be a case of then I'll actually plonk you down like a proper enemy section, which you can then bite into for the next one.
Roger, do you want to take a radio
Like way.
calls for platoon?
Yeah,
I'll do.
Just be on my for a second.
long
When you are done with training, could you make Chumley stay on longer?
Your channel.
That's
Okay.
actually taken by somebody
Yeah.
else.
Okay, 55.
I will hold Chumley for as long as you need him.
No, guys, tomorrow's his birthday. We're planning to do a Red Arrows flyover.
Rog.
Oh yes, I'll do that for you. You should already have it, by the way.
I'll keep it quiet.
You just want?
I mean, Sprill can be there if he wants to get Mr. Video as always.
Wait, what are you
Well,
saying?
we'll keep
Pelly?
everyone around so we can all laugh at him. I mean, say something.
What are you saying, Pelly?
Tomorrow, because Chumley's been pretty obvious about his birthday, we're planning to do a Red Arrows flyover.
Oh, okay.
I love how I was obvious about mine.
I'll make sure I shoot
Isn't
him.
Arrow's British?
Huh?
Yes.
Don't you have the Blue Angels for him?
Why would we do the Blue Angels?
Okay, maybe. He's
This is the
American.
But we heard nothing.
Right. Is there any questions what we're doing?
No. Radio
Nope.
check 55.5.
Oh, your helmet will be. Pelly just needs to fix it.
Well, no, there's an option in the server settings, and there's a tick box which says allow all helmets to be slung, which isn't that tick.
And that's a template thing.
I'm going to ask Bill to change it, along with another setting.
Do we need
Anyways,
our jet suits then?
not for now. That's for later on. That will be for later on. So for starters, we're going back to some basics.
Woo, basics. Door gunning, that's pretty basic.
No, we're not going that basic.
Ah, damn it.
We're going, thanks to McCarthy, I also got an idea for something we're doing. So we're going to practice landings, but this time more in terms of tactical landings. So it means trying.
Doesn't sound very basic to me.
Sorry, Pitch.
Hello?
Control
Doesn't sound
shift
very
down.
basic to me.
Well, landings are a basic thing, anyways. That's one of the first things you learn. So
Control
pretty
shift
much the idea of
November.
it is we're going to try and land and decrease our landing time so we can essentially land as close as possible. So basically we'll just have a starting landing timer, which everyone will be timed on for their landings. And then from there we're going to try and reduce that landing time as much as we possibly can for each of us. I'll give you different techniques. You will attempt which ones you feel comfortable with. And then from there, once you've finished your attempts, you can choose which one you prefer best and then just improve the timer on that, and then we'll finish off with some formation flying. If we have more time than we expect, then we can always, there's an extra thing I can fit into it, but I'll leave that for now.
User joined your
That's
channel.
9-liner. Oh, is it 9?
User joined your channel. User left your
Sorry,
channel.
sorry, ignore
I
me.
think he's talking to himself, maybe.
Okay,
User left your channel.
a bit of confusion there. But
User joined
yeah,
your channel.
so pretty much
User joined your
you'll be
channel.
working with just one aircraft of your choice. So pretty much everyone can get whatever aircraft they want to use for tonight.
Ooh.
User left your channel.
Essentially, the idea is just landing as quickly as possible. The idea is that getting on the ground in a firefight without wasting too much time hovering nearby
User
and
joined your
basically getting
channel.
shot out of the sky.
Mine's not
Makes
on this template.
Hey, Jaeger.
What are we doing?
I'd like to
It'll
use
be
the
put down.
wildcat.
What do you want?
Okay. What do you think I want?
Stupid
Berlin.
Right here.
You're
The
called
fact that-
stupid.
I know. The fact that he even needed to ask that question shocks me.
I'm torn
But we
between
didn't
the
land it.
wildcat and Afghan.
Yes.
Oh, I can.
Channel switched. Channel switched.
Oh, I got a Mozzie flying.
Type in what?
Let's see, where is this?
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Wrong one. This.
But either way. Oh yeah, I know you've landed yourself the last 5 times, but tell me when ready for 5 line.
I
Sorry?
figured I better do it. Start doing it
User
properly.
left
Just
your
being that
channel.
Lewis is there and
Then
stuff.
just
Yeah.
open the map
User
and then go,
joined your
right, what's it
channel.
gonna do?
Well, we finally had like a proper landing zone, so I was like,
Yeah.
hey, better do it properly.
Goddamn
Alright,
signalers making
so-
it so hard.
And,
Pretty much.
You not climb over me, please.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
You just parkoured the
Fuck
ground.
off.
Yeah, you just made me lag out, so please stop
User
Yeah.
left your channel.
Fuck off.
User joined your channel.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go and have fun with the infantry tonight.
You're sending me to the naughty step.
Only way to sulk an Arma is crouch and walk away.
Oh, a bald head.
I'm not as bold as you.
Mine's worse, to be fair.
I'm not bald, I got my berry on.
Wait, you see this? Like,
Covers my
User
mouth
left your
patch.
channel.
Oh my god.
User joined your channel.
funny thing is, I've got a ridiculous amount of hair in real life.
Fucking hell, McCarthy, how's the chemo going?
Right then, just went to your aircraft. Hopefully the infantry... Are they still briefing? Or are they almost done?
Because I'm lazy
Um,
and we're lucky.
well, I don't know, they should be gone, but it's a...
Can I get the too long don't read
Under the
version of what
briefing,
we're doing,
so-
Pelly, by the way?
We're starting off with... We're going to go to a site which I've not yet marked. But where are we going to mark it by starting off? We go to the main airfield. Actually, hold on. Maybe we can do it
User
here
left your
instead.
channel.
Unless... Because I don't think they'll be here.
User
Yeah.
joined your channel.
Actually, we'll do it here. Why not?
You
We'll
want
stop
my
here.
help, or-
Actually, come back for a second.
User
Oh,
left
I'm
your
not even
channel.
on net yet.
User left your channel. Joined your
Blackened,
channel.
did I?
Bear.
User joined your channel.
Gibbons.
Yeah, I set radios.
Yeah, right. Actually,
Kelly, do you need me off this fucking area here while I'm in Zeus?
I mean,
Do
you
you need
know,
this clear?
you're fine staying right here. We're not really... We shouldn't be landing right here anyways. So yeah. Alright, so actually, we'll do it. We'll use here. I was planning to use the main airfield, but I was like, this is
User
an
left your
airfield, so
channel.
doesn't matter. Anyways,
User joined your
so
channel.
the plan of action is we're gonna take off, fly outbound to the west side, and one by one we're gonna essentially try and use the runway itself as our landing zone. So we're gonna come in one by one, from about the speed of 300 kilometers per hour, if your aircraft can, or at least the top speed if your aircraft cannot reach 300 kilometers per hour, and anything that's not Merlin or Chinook. Then basically the plan is to slow down the aircraft as quickly as possible and come to a landing. You'll also time yourselves for that, so if you wouldn't mind also just getting a stopwatch out. So basically from the point of acceleration to the point of touching down, and then basically stop the timer and touch down, and then we'll try and reduce the time of that. And basically the idea is less time in the air means less time of just getting shot instantaneously by just hovering as a easy sitting duck. So yeah, now
Sounds good.
yeah. So let me just mark a point which I'd like us to start from.
Can we do a rolling landing on the runway, by the way?
If you have advanced flight models, sure.
Okay, I'll take the Apache. Not much.
Something that can carry infantry that we'd actually use to drop them in.
Yeah, I'm taking Chinook.
So let's see, starting point. I'll mark it. What's a decent start marker?
So just
Probably
accelerate,
Devil's Castle? Or is that too far?
Accelerate to
move to the runway, slow yourself down as fast as possible, touch your wheels down.
Yep.
User
And then
left
from
your
there,
channel.
after that, once you've gotten
User
your
joined your
typical
channel.
landing time in, I'll then introduce some techniques which will help then reduce that even further, and basically you choose which of these techniques that you feel most comfortable flying.
Backflipping.
I definitely gave him the idea for this the other day.
I was going to say, the Apache, yes, I would absolutely backflip it in order to land quicker.
I've done that before, I'm pretty sure, but not an op.
Alright. So
Yeah, turn in that
we'll
shit.
start from the red flag area over there. And essentially the goal is to land in the center point of the runway, so I'll just put down a marker right
Why
there.
did you place inside?
Did I put inside?
What's wrong with side?
Well, just like
Everything
it was
goes
just that.
inside.
I'll change it to
Let's just leave it aside.
Yeah, it's fine. But
No, I can't see it. What group? Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god. Oh, now I can see it. Thank God.
Alright, and change that to blue. There we go.
Whoa.
So essentially center of the runway. Well, that's not a bit centered, but close enough. But anyways, yeah. So the idea is pretty much just try and land as close as you possibly can to said target.
And when do we time? From the red flag or from the blue? From when we reach the runway?
So as soon as you start from the red flag. So obviously
Whoa.
acceleration counts into it. It's basically we're trying to reduce the overall time, but most of the time is usually spent. Most of the time that we lose is usually in the landing phase. At least from what I've noticed from everyone's landings in total. So the goal is essentially.
Oh, that's like 4 clicks.
Yeah, it gives you time to build up speed, up to almost to top speed, and then from there it's up to you to decide to slow down. Essentially, overall, it gives you also a bit more decision making of maybe going to top speed isn't the best idea, and maybe slowing down from a slower speed might be even better.
So, are we stationary from the red flag?
Yep, stationary red flag, start the
stationary
timer,
flag,
begin
okay.
accelerating. Does that sound good?
That.
And then maybe we can turn this into a little thing of a leaderboard in flight. So
That would
that's-
only work if we were all using the same aircraft.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna. We have different leaderboards, so we're gonna have the Merlins ones, we're gonna have the Chinook ones, the Wildcat ones, and so forth.
You see that line, by the way?
Which line?
Okay, never mind.
He probably did it in vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do. Whenever I need to write stuff down that I don't want people to see, I do it in vehicle.
You're prepping your lines to follow.
I've done a exact
Yep,
straight
sure.
line the whole way there, but what I'm going to do is I'll probably actually hook out and come back in from the eastern side of the land.
Feel free to do whichever you want. It's basically we'll just go one by one. Let's see, I might give everyone Zeus so that they can monitor each other's progress as well, get ideas as well from the techniques and so forth.
My general rule of thumb is if I'm throttling it, like if I'm 2 clicks out, I just start to slow down from there.
Depends whether you're taking
There's
fire.
a lot quicker
Well,
ways to slow
User
down.
left
Well,
your
no, I'm
channel.
just like, a nice gradual slow down, If I want it to be smooth, that is.
So yeah.
If I want it to be fucking jaggedy,
Mhm.
I don't know, I've never really done a
User
jaggedy
joined
landing.
your
But anyways, so
I'm
pretty
sure
much
we'll
first
find
things
out.
first is we're all just gonna go there, and then essentially one by one at different intervals we'll go off and then attempt to do the landing.
Got a couple of drinks, that isn't fair.
Excuses.
So yeah, pretty much to your aircraft, gentlemen, and then let's just get your starting
Ooh,
times
okay.
in, and then we'll improve from there.
Are you taking Jessica or...
I'm taking anything but Jessica right now.
You don't like Jessica?
I don't.
But you've got Brimstone and... Why not Jessica? What's wrong?
Just realised I'm the only one with movable gear.
Jessica.
Which means you have an advantage. Enjoy.
Aye, Sharona. I feel like we should... Oh, sorry. Rapier 1-1 spooling. I feel like to make this fair, I should get an F-35.
Slowest landing ever, but okay.
Wildcat spooling.
Pegasus 1, 2.
Pegasus 1-1 spooling. Rapier 1-1 outbound northeast.
Where's U3? See your message.
53, go for it, over.
Are you still on are you walking behind the Wildcat?
I am indeed.
Would you like to join one of us, or you can attempt to even take out airframe if you wish. I'll spawn you down the Wildcat.
I'll just join one of you guys.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Wildcat dusting.
This is 1-1 dusting and northbound, joining Rapier flight. Never mind, my joystick is working.
I'll open that. Roger.
This is as much of a training session as it is also experimental and optimization testing. Someone Pegasus behind red flag. Feel free to start your time ahead. Let's go once you've landed.
Roger, so grab my timer up. Pegasus 1-2, Pegasus 1-1, just to confirm this is one. We'll basically go within the line we're in at the moment, yeah?
Not really a line, it's just whichever is already up to the next.
Right, I'm going. Godspeed.
Channel switched. Channel switched. User left your channel. User joined your channel.
On the deck. Pegasus flight taken out northeast. Be advised, Premier 1-1, communication at short range is 155. Roger that, well I was on the deck, I am now outbound northeast. First and free to go. Yeah, I'll get it.
Okay, one morning.
Yeah, roger that.
Channel switched. Channel switched. left your channel. User joined your channel.
On the ground. Okay, dust. Dust in northeast.
This is 1-1, we're going egress.
Channel switched. Channel switched.
This is 1-1 on the grind, this is 1-1 dusting.
What's your time, Flipple? 1:35. Oof. What do you mean, oof? 1:38.35. What's your top speed? About 250. What you got? Right, I'm gonna go again.
Maybe a flight, continuing flight.
Alright guys, so we're gonna get one more attempt. Each attempt will of this landing, rate to stay on the ground, and then we'll discuss a few more things after that.
Roger that, Rapier flight, ingress. back to station.
Channel switched. Channel switched.
Rapier fly on the ground.
Next step from Wildcat.
Roger, welcome. 111 ingressing.
Channel switched.
Ellie, I think I bitched out a little bit too much. I kind of went between the J turn and also doing the slow approach, so I should have just committed to one.
Don't worry, we'll discuss all of it on the ground once we get there. Once we're all down there.
Rog, is this our last one or do you want to do like 3?
We're doing this is the last one of the attempts before we now discuss, talk a few more techniques, and then we'll try 2 more after this.
Roger that. Should we land and then discuss it, or do you want to just stay in the air?
Yeah, we're landing, so, where's it? Rapier's on the ground, Wildcat is going to do his attempt, he's going to land, and then afterwards you're doing next, I'll do mine, and then we'll finish it off like that.
Oh, okay, Roger that. Sorry, I was AFK for a sec.
Walk down the ground.
611, egressing.
You guys put in your times.
I landed it, but at speed, so that was
Curly. I was like half a second quicker.
oh really? I thought that was just get there. I could have tried you did rolled it, but I didn't. He bounced there as well, he's
Well, that last time's validated, I got damage. Fuck's sake.
He's lost them. Yeah, he broke it.
Oof. He's
Fucking slam.
I'll fix it.
You just said that he validated it, but yeah. Yeah, he hit those back wheels too hard.
It's fine.
Well, Pelly said we just had to land quick. He didn't say anything about dusting off.
You have, it disqualifies if you damage the helicopter.
Kelly, be advised you're talking on shortwave, so we can't hear you.
It disqualifies if you damage the helicopter.
You're okay, McCarthy, I damaged mine as well. Yeah, I kinda expected it, I came in too hot.
trying to beat my best, but it didn't work. Pegasus 1-1, I'm currently in full, so I'll be clear by the time you come in. So yeah, clear to ingress. Pele, I call hacks.
What hacks?
No, I'm only joking, but fuck.
Also fix my
Yeah, I'll fix that as well. Yeah, I'll fix both.
So I didn't try a rolling stop, which admittedly I could have done because the brakes work on the Merlin. I didn't try. I landed it in first person, and I came too hard down on the left wheel and damaged engine 2.
Yeah, I think I came in at too high a bank angle. I think that was probably why I damaged my helicopter.
Also, if you could put some fuel in it, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll fix all of it.
Although, other than that, it felt really quite quick. Like, I had mostly the same entrance as you did. Like, I took it wide coming in, and then started to bank to kill my speed. But obviously, you got a lot tighter than I did, and the spiral down to your landing.
Yeah, so basically the goal of this is that it's not even about getting the fastest one, but more of can you get consistency? Because if you can get a fast landing, but consistently get a fast landing, that's a lot better than just getting one fast landing only once.
I want to try a rolling stop with the Merlin.
I mean, feel free. So we basically this is the point of like where we discuss like from I want to hear from, for example, starting let's start with you, Gibbons. What was your preference and technique for coming in, and also what do you feel you could have done better?
Okay.
So my preference. So I came in the same as you guys, but I flew over the LZ, then banked left, came round, and then tried to get it on the ground. I'm still obviously sorting out the sensitivity on my flight stick at the moment as well, so I can still get like tighter turns with WAS and D. So I need to work out like even when I'm at full tilt on the flight stick. So I need to get that changed.
Oh, I should maybe change that actually.
But I can't. But I need to change that on my when I'm not on Arma, if that makes sense, because I program it
through software.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can't do that whilst I'm in here. I've done some changes to the sensitivity. Maybe that'll make a little bit of a difference. We'll find out. In theory, it might. I've changed it from 1 to 1.5, so we'll see whether that helps at all. I pretty much did the same thing as both of you two. The difference is that I flew over the LZ first before I banked left.
Okay.
Hello.
And
So
then,
yeah.
and then feelings for improvement of what you think could have been done better.
Again, the controls. I also, like I said, I need to try a rolling stop with the Merlin.
Okay.
Because it's got the brakes on it. So in theory, as long as I don't hit the ground too hard, if that makes sense, I should be able to bump, brake, and stop.
Okay.
So as long as I've still got some speed, the Merlin should stop.
Yeah, but your vertical speed is going to be your issue within the Merlin because it's going to take damage a lot easier.
That's what I mean. So
as
long as I can get those back two wheels on the ground whilst I'm like flaring, if that makes sense, I should be able to start braking. Because I watched McFly come in, and obviously McFly with the Wildcat, he pretty much just like flares and lands. There's no need to bank it because it's tiny and it doesn't go that fast.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and kind of what we're doing right now, we're doing a bit of landing trials. Essentially, we're trying to see if we can improve our landing times. So recording our first 2 times that we got on two insertions. We're now in the point of discussing improvement techniques and what we feel about them. And then
what was your speed, by the way, Pele?
Which one?
Time or speed?
What was your average? I guess is probably the best way to put it.
122 is the average.
122. Right. Okay. What the fuck?
Okay.
What speed?
Huh?
Oh, you would max
300.
Yeah, you'd max it. You went 300 was your top speed.
Yeah.
Oh, I went like 360.
User left
No,
your channel.
I went
User
300
left your
was the
channel.
peak, and then afterwards I
User
lost it to
joined
like
your channel.
270 in the climb over the hill.
I didn't need to climb. That's what I gained vertical altitude for a little bit of fucking. I was doing a little bit of physics in my head.
But anyways, I'll get to techniques in just a second. But yeah, so then McFly, what about you?
I did my standard, coming in on a nice smooth approach and then flaring a little bit at the end. But I'm so used to flying the big ass fucking Chinook where it takes quite a long time to usually slow down my gradual approach. That when I'm in the smaller Wildcat, as Gibbon said, I can just flare loads at the end. So I probably could have been a little bit faster, but general technique I would have used would still be the same.
If
it's
any,
just a nice smooth approach.
And is there anything you think you could have improved on it as well?
What improved with the Wildcat?
Yeah.
I could have been a lot more because it's obviously smaller and lighter. As I could have carried a lot more speed before I flared, because obviously I feel like I'm a lot more used to flying the Chinook, which is obviously big and heavy and takes a longer time to slow down. So I was just preparing for that, but I didn't need to because I was in the smaller Wildcat.
All right. The only thing I will add is maybe I'd prefer to switch to a Chinook, because that's the one you seem to struggle with, while the Wildcat is pretty much easier one. And if you can get an improved technique with a Chinook, then possibly you can transfer that to all the other aircraft. Gibbons I'm not really worried about because it's also a large airframe. It's a bit more maneuverable in terms of its roll rate, but still it's a large airframe, so I'm okay with that. And then McCarthy.
With my landing, I think I kind of made my points already. I think I was doing the right technique, but my spiral coming in, so basically I was doing the same as you, it was basically J-turn, so I would come out wider and then come in and try and cancel my speed on basically a 180. Although maybe it's a joystick issue, possibly, but I wasn't getting that hard bank to kill my speed. But also that may have been, I topped it out, I think I was maybe at 360 top speed, so basically trying to kill off that speed. My first run was actually net better than my second run, because I actually banked up, killed a bit of the speed, and then turned in. The second one, I just floored it until I was starting to see the hangers, and then tried to, bank it in. and basically I just didn't have the top speed to use my rudders, and that caused an issue basically with my landing there.
Alright. So, okay, so pretty much, at least you get the main parts, at least all of you get the main parts of where your little faults were. In McFly's case, it's just the airframe that he's used to. So now to just discuss extra things. Now, why I got my speeds, well, the times I got that I have, because I don't actually. Let's start. Gibbons, what times did you get?
I only got one because obviously damage, and that was 138.35.
Okay, and McFly.
I got 135 on the first one, and I was half a second quicker on the second run.
Okay, and McCarthy, you got.
I think it was about 132. I've
Okay.
recalled to stop my stopwatch, but it stopped at about 138.
Okay, that's fine. Because it's just essentially we have a little benchmark to compare our starting points from today, and then we record if we made any progress by the end of today. And basically it's just chartable progress. Now the reason why I've gotten the 123 and the 121 is just purely because entry technique from what I'm using, because I've noticed if we go on your maps, and if I get the black lines out, most of you seem to be taking this route, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
I was taking this route.
My God, he's a genius.
No, it's not that. The reason why I'm taking an offset route is because I'm using the turn itself to slow my aircraft down at this point, because I have to make the turn to get towards the hill. But I still feel like this area here is a little bit too high anyways, so I'm going to change it a bit more. But the idea is that, yeah, I'm going to try going to the right instead. Sorry, to the left side instead, because what I'm using, unlike you guys, basically you're coming in with a lot of speed, and basically to get right over here you have to overfly it, and say in one of your cases you overfly and then you have to turn back around to get back to the spot, right? While in my sort of route I'm going and I'm keeping it as a pivot point. That way I'm keeping an equal distance from the landing spot itself. So when I turn in, the more I turn, the slower I'll become, and I'm basically just reducing the distance the whole time. I'm not getting any added distance to my route that I don't need. At the same time, it's also beneficial for slowing down the aircraft, because at higher speeds, when you have to make drastic maneuvers, you end up losing a lot of that energy, which can be translated into effective turning rate. And even though Arma is still a dumb game and quite basic, those laws of physics still kind of apply.
Can I add something as well?
Sure.
Just with like the gradual landing, like yourself, McFly.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we were under contact, you are actually at a slower rate than everybody else's landing as well, just because you are coming down gradually and gradually and gradually, which means the aircraft becomes more susceptible. Whereas like landing like Pelly's showing, or even mine, even though it was completely wrong, it's still going to protect the airframe a lot quicker as well. So
True. Which is another point I was going to get at, which is also on McFly, to try the Chinook and try some of these more drastic maneuvers for hot HLS, as essentially keeping the aircraft less of an easy target. Because if an RPG comes, if your aircraft is just coming straight towards where the RPG guy is, just like he just has to adjust very slightly and then pretty much just pull the trigger. While if you're doing what, for example, Gibbons, myself, or McCarthy are doing, getting an RPG on the aircraft in such a way is quite difficult. If you get it, fair play, you got a lucky shot, but otherwise it's usually hard to get an exact hit. As an example.
Before I joined Flight, I could do your maneuver on the keyboard. I haven't really attempted it with my stick. I've kind of attempted it and then like pussied out. But yeah, I guess I'll give it a shot now. That's what the training's for, eh?
So yeah, another thing to keep into account is as well for the aircraft itself. What I've noticed with Gibbons' aircraft is he has a lot more turnability, but the coordination of using all of that into the turn is not as fluid as I would expect it to be. It's not bad, but I'm saying there could be improvements in terms of combination of, like, even for the Chinook we have to do this because there's no other option, but for you, combination of using the rudder and roll rate at the same time, because once you get the aircraft over the target. Let me just use the map as an example. Let's just say you're flying, you're doing this number. Actually, hold on, let me use your line instead. Let's just say you're using your line like so. At this point, I'd say make a left turn to be offset towards the landing zone itself. At around this point is where I would start making my left bank, and then pulling upwards to gain a bit of altitude, which is basically slowing down the aircraft. At around this point, when I'm almost, when the landing spot is about basically offset to me, directly to the, not offset, directly perpendicular or parallel, whichever it is, to the aircraft, 90 degrees to your left or to your right. At that point, that's when I'd add in some rudder and basically force the aircraft's tail to push the aircraft as keep the nose on the target. And then from there, the nose is pointed towards it, and I'm just basically flying around it until I have enough momentum to land. I mean, I've slowed down enough momentum to land. Now, in your aircraft, I feel that's a lot more easier to do. So I'm wondering how...
The Merlin struggles with up. That's the only thing I've noticed with the Merlin. I don't know whether it's this aircraft or what, but actually up, it struggles with. Like if you've got speed, you basically need to use the nose to gain altitude, like as in you point up, because actually like pressing like to increase the collective, it just doesn't go up.
Okay, yeah, because
you don't want to increase the collective, you want to lower the collective as the nose goes up.
Yeah.
Because by inertia, your nose is going to go up as with the aircraft itself, so you want to counter that with the collective down.
Yeah, no, what I mean is, so if I'm running at a hill, in the Chinook or something, I would use, is it collective up? To get me up, like to bring the air, so like more downforce, so you go up. Well, with the Merlin, that will struggle under its speed to go up. Like it's very
there's a reason why that struggles versus the Chinook doesn't struggle.
Well, yeah, the Chinook doesn't struggle because it's got two rotor blades.
Yeah, so the two rotor blades essentially, it's instead of it's not really about power. It's just or even the rotor blade itself. It's more of the Chinook's lift surface area. It's not even because even if the Chinook had one rotor blade, it's also about how far the rotor blades extend over the airframe itself.
Maybe 3 meters longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that thing struggles to go up.
But the thing is, if you struggle to go up, then that brings up another point. Instead of translating your force into going upwards, and you don't need it, because we have to go up to slow down, because going sideways, we cannot pull as much of a turn in the Chinook.
Yeah, I can pull I can pull a tighter G.
So in your case, you could literally, and this is actually a good thing about the Merlin, even though I don't want to say that, but you could essentially point, for example, say you reach this point, you could turn the nose to the left, point, I want to use blue to mark the nose. You could literally point the nose in front of where the landing zone is, and then the red is basically let the aircraft essentially keep flying forwards as it slowly turns to catch up with where the nose is.
Yeah.
The other way, like if you fly the Apache when you've got that rear rotor as well, Gibbons, you can basically throw it vertical.
Yeah.
Turn sharp left and land. You can kind of do the same in the Merlin, but it's like a lot
yeah, that's so. I can do that, and I have done it, and I did it on the second landing. But that's what I was saying. I can't get as tight a turns with my stick at the moment, so I clearly haven't got the sensitivity right. Because if I use A and D, then I get those tight turns. Like I said, I think it's just this new stick that I haven't fully configured yet.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up as well, because I need to actually configure mine. I've just left it the way it is, but it's definitely not.
The only reason I've been playing with it and configuring it at the moment is when I've been playing like Elite Dangerous and stuff, and I clearly haven't done it enough because I can't get those tight turns as I can with W and D. Or A and D, sorry.
Well, the only thing I'll say is then, for at least tonight itself, get a technique that at least you feel comfortable with, and then from there, just see if we can improve your current times with the way your stick currently is configured. Because
like I said, I've just tried some. I've changed a little bit, so we'll see whether that makes any difference. But also, I've got a weird oddity where, for some reason, the stick at the moment I can't program buttons with. I can program buttons on the throttle, but not the stick. Like it's just not Arma. I can't set new buttons for it. What's currently set is fine, but
that depends on Arma and which sticks it supports and so forth. That's just
well, it let me set them all previously, but for some reason today I can't set the buttons. So I need to have a look into it.
Yeah. Then let's see. For McFly, I want you to try and do. On the Chinook, I want you to try and do one of our landings. instead of the easy easy sort of approach to landing. And obviously, don't push the aircraft to the extreme to the point where you feel uncomfortable and you might crash it, because at the end of the day, we're going to be transporting the infantry in this, and we want to be able to consistently land the aircraft. We want to improve time, but consistency is more important than getting it that one perfect landing. For McCarthy, in your case, it's more of when you're approaching the LZ, try and approach it from nap of the Earth, and right as you're about to begin your spiral around the LZ itself, begin to pull the nose upwards, gain some altitude to reduce speed, and then from there use the rudder to begin the spiral.
Yeah, I've got too much like potential energy.
Yeah.
Basically there, yeah.
If you're anywhere higher than from 170 to about 230, that's the zone you want to be in before you begin the spiral. Any faster than that, or even pulling up when you're any faster than that, you're gonna overshoot, or you're gonna come in at such a high angle that you're gonna get too much height, and then you're basically gonna come in at a high angle and risk damaging the helicopter. And again, gaining a lot more height while you're trying to do the spiral is also means easier targets if there's any threats out there.
Yep. Problem.
Alright, and then Ancona, for you, it's basically trying to get a base time, and then, or basically you just go straight into the improvements and then just see if you can match the averages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which aircraft am I using?
Chinook, Merlin's up to you. Essentially, the idea of why I left McFly use the Wildcat is I want to see also the averages between the different airframes. But the Wildcat is probably going to be the easiest. The only problem is that it only works if it's a short distance. If it's a long distance, it's gonna be a slow aircraft automatically, because the other ones are going 300 kilometers per hour. So say you have to go from the picking up infantry to get to the LZ itself, and then pretty much you're too slow to even be compatible in the times, even though you have the faster landing.
So it's fly to the red flag and then back.
Yeah, from red flag is where you start we're using stopwatches, so we'll start our timers, we fly towards the blue landing zone, the center of the runway. From there, we try the techniques and then see if we can improve on our previous times. And then if we get an improvement and we see it's working, we'll then try and mix it up a bit, and I'll put a new landing zone somewhere else and a new starting zone, and then see how it works when it's an area we're not familiar with.
It'll just be a fucking landing zone in the middle of a tree line.
Because literally sometimes, as Peach gives us a landing area, and it's pretty much, we've never been there, we have to make the decision of where to put the aircraft down while in the middle of attempting to land it for the first time. So for now, it's getting just used to the aircraft, understanding its limits, and then afterwards we can try that. I'll fix your helicopter givens, and then afterwards we can go for another run.
I'm just gonna go grab a quick smoke pellet,
Peach, are you sure
but I'll take last.
Yeah, sure. Peach, are you sure you don't want to try? Have a go. Even just trying to do a normal landing. Like, you don't have to participate in this.
I'll give the landing on the airfield a go. But I was thinking I'd grab some more blue smoke, and then whenever you're doing it in the unfamiliar area, I'll smoke it up like the LZ would be.
Yeah, and then we can pretty much TP you there, and then basically you can use the blue smoke, for example.
Yeah, because sometimes it obscures.
Baby 611, 2 clicks out, pack blue smoke.
So each one of us
is an airframe.
Its own time. Each one of us keeps track of his own time, or is there one person who keeps track of everything?
Everyone keeps track of their own times. In terms of stopwatch.
In like 10 seconds.
Obviously, it's up to you. If you cheat, it's yeah.
That's on you.
Yeah.
Can you repair the aircraft, Pelly?
Sure.
I feel it. I've got to go, and I'll be right back.
I want Rita.
Channel switched. Channel switched.
Sure, you can have Rita.
Rita's a sexy lady.
Alright then. So I'm gonna feel free to pick an airframe. What would you like to actually use? There's either the Chinook's there, unless you want a different airframe.
No, I'll use the Chinook.
Alright, leave 2020, that's mine.
Want to clear the spool?
Airframe clear the spool.
There's just one more spool in.
Yeah, you got Brimstone, I guess.
Anyone else want a Brimstone?
Nah, no one's having Brimstone. McCarthy's got Jessica, I got 2020. Alright, Peach, you want to come with anyone else, or are you gonna stick with McFly?
User left your channel.
Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, I'll stick with McFly. Why not?
McFly is on the one that's mostly spooled up. We're going. Got McFly, wait for passenger.
Ah shit, they're by that. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's a Chumley's birthday, so. Peach, are you on this rig?
Oh god, I didn't know. We must bomb him.
Peach, if you want to hop on short range, 958.
I believe I'm already on it.
Oh, okay, never mind. But yeah, so basically, from the very end, we're just going to do a formation flight for Senior Chumley.
Oh, this is one more distance. 1-2 testing.
I can't promise it's going to go well, but I feel like I need to try it just so we know that it doesn't work.
EDU, that's your aircraft.
Roger, get ready to repair it. I can just literally go straight in now. Pegasus 1-1 pulling.
Pegasus 1-1 pulling there. Okay, Roger. Pegasus 1 push filling.
So who's going first? The human flight?
Rapier flight's already egressing now. I'm just trying a rolling stop.
Good speed. Bro, who doesn't like ladies showing some on the boob?
Channel switched. Channel switched.
Fair point.
I guess I should make way. Although, his recent TeamSpeak avatar, if you don't know, he might like it on
Wait by a bit shorter next time, and that is golden, I think.
No, I get what you said.
Oh, it worked? It worked. Interesting. Good start. I'll try to fly it out.
Rolling stop works. I was doing it at 120 when I bombed the ground.
Roger, Pegasus 1-1, go.
1-4, egressing, joining Rapier flight. I really need to get out of the habit of flying first person.
I was expecting to go.
Channel switched. Channel switched.
Yeah, true. So, I mean, that's why I did that J-turn. I wasn't expecting to do it. I was just going to try and land, like bump land it, and then I thought, oh shit.
Although, it's pretty cool to see the Merlin can do that, like, literally on a dime because it has the rear rotor.
Oh yeah, it can turn very sharp. So I'm going to try and Pelly's way now. Like, once we do it again, and then I'll work out what I'm going to do. Whether I'll try another one and stop afterwards.
McFly, just on the ground.
Okay, as long as Peach can come along to your craft.
I'm good to go.
We've now, Europe has now passed the March's peak cases for coronavirus.
What, compared to the US?
No.
Channel switched. Channel switched.
Oh. Yeah, but, like, we are actually fucked. We should be in lockdown already, but I don't know what's happened.
The economy can't handle it.
Yeah, but it needs to. A lot of people are gonna die.
There you are.
Myself so I'm over the red flag.
Yeah, don't do it now, mate, because you're next up, I guess. Then I'll go again.
Roger.
Because I've done.
Texas 1, 2, this is Texas 1, 4. Am I clear to ingress?
Yeah, you're going to clear to ingress. I'll just, runway is clear anyway.
Fly, did you break it?
No, I don't break it. I just did a load of, I didn't land properly. I tried to do the cool bank thingy and I just kept going round and round really fast. I should have applied more upwards elevation in the pitch of the airframe.
Actually, you're turning and probably the airframe as well.
Then
I can see how much power you use.
Mate, when I'm told to go fast, I'll go fast.
Good evening, Pegasus. Good evening. Sorry, I crossed your light path.
Is everyone using my router taking?
Nope.
I used yours.
Fucking Peach was my hype man. When we were speeding it, we were going, gas.
And tried the auto one just for the sake of it.
The one to the right of the mountain is a lot efficient. It's actually not that great.
Pegasus 1-3, Pegasus 1-4. I know that was slow. I just want to try your tactic there to see what I was thinking of it. Your original one, just to get my time be assigned to yours.
Oh my god, I was about to say clap clap, but no.
Things want to be tell them the wrong way, or can they send somebody else back? Roger, ready for your flight, going in.
Roger.
Channel switched.
Man, I can't even tell the difference, mate.
Okay. So basically, do all that. Where do you think my collective is?
Who knows, mate? Bloody. I don't know, I was just watching what you were doing with the airframe. Well, yeah, because you pitched up a little bit, and then you pitched your nose down, and you did like a nice little circle thing, and then you came into the landing. I'm guessing you weren't applying any collective damage.
Yeah, disqualified. Can you heal it again, please? Anything else can do? Yeah, so yeah.
Okay.
Can I shoot the minigun?
Woo! That was so good.
Channel switched. Channel switched.
Yeah, don't worry. I also had a similar problem, Givens.
I'm also in need fuel because it took too long to repair.
There you go. Next aircraft should be able to come in.
Yep, I'll be spooled up and out of the way by then.
Am I good to come?
Yep, next aircraft good to go.
I get to camp.
But yeah, so basically, what was it for what I was doing?
You collect. Well, I'm guessing you weren't really applying any collective after a certain point.
I will literally go through a word by word as I'm doing the blueprint itself.
Oh my god, just like George Russell on it, on top of Magellan.
Anybody else having lag issues at the moment? I'm getting pretty bad starters.
Yeah, sure.
Right, I've released.
Are you guys both able to jump out of the pilot seats and go into the back and it'll still fly?
Nope.
No, it'll turn off, will it?
As soon as whoever is piloting whoever has the controls, so I can jump out if he has the controls. whoever has
If you
control
eject
jump.
though, doesn't the engine's shit still stay on?
Yeah, the engine will still stay out, but the problem is the auto will turn off, and basically it'll be basically like the stickers just done this. That's basically what will happen.
Texas 1-2, this is Texas 1-4 message.
Thanks.
Are you on the ground? Mike clear to egress?
Yeah, you're clear for egress.
Texas 1-4 egressing.
America, fuck yeah. Don't ding,
I'm gonna have to do some math to plan the flyover. Basically,
oh yeah? What?
if they decide to sing my happy birthday, basically it's just
Oh god, well,
Guys on you, potential shot from Boston.
good luck with that, bloody hell.
Huh?
Good luck with that.
No,
Sally, I'm going to try something, by the way.
Some math.
See the green flag on the map?
User joined your channel.
Should be the same distance out. I want to see whether I can rolling stop on there, because obviously I can't rolling stop from that hill. So I'm just going to travel at speed and then try and rolling stop at the same distance.
Sure, give it a crack.
Give it a crack, that's all he said. No, that the student know it was more than a crack. Oh, I found out, you know, Lewis kind of shouted at you on the radio about Reki. Found out what the problem was because I watched Bill's stream back. Basically, yeah. I don't know.
Texas 1-1, say it again. Texas 1-4 has landed and Texas 1-4 is egressing out westbound again. Do you want me to stay on the runway?
Feel free if you want to, if you feel like you've got it at the moment, then we can discuss it with Monsters, but with one fast enough landing after this.
Oh shit, sorry.
Roger that, Texas. I'll do one more as well.
Whoa!
Ingressing goes.
Whoa, look at the nose dive, bloody hell. I didn't even do this much of a nose dive. Whoa.
Pelly, I like that dive for speed. Good tactic.
Bloody hell, don't do no showing off, Penny.
You want me to fire the gun behind us for extra speed?
I get flashbacks fully to when you nose dive the Griffin. Oh shit, we're going over the little kid. Okay. So you're okay, no collective and no down collective either. Okay. We're diving in. I don't. God, you lost so much speed in that like one little like Evo.
Basically bouncing left to left rudder and
dude, what the fuck?
bit of half power here. Bit more power for touchdown. But basically you get the idea. I'm trying to explain it while flying it. It's hard.
Bloody hell, man.
But that's the idea of what we're supposed to be doing.
You lost like 100 kph in just like that one little flick. Yeah, man.
But you get the idea of basically what have you doing and trying that.
Okay.
Clear for me to egress?
are we getting the new one in the next update? I don't know. Whoa, well, surely if we get the new one, you wouldn't have to touch this one's fragility. I'm just saying.
Got a point.
Channel switched. Channel switched.
Where did you go?
No, he's doing this coming from the east approach, the green line.
Apart from landing rest, I can watch this.
So like, as soon as you came over this hill and you like cleared the woodland,
So, note to everybody, you can land at 225 kilometers an hour with a Merlin, but you will break the Merlin.
Makes
so you
sense.
can land at 225 kilometers with the Merlin.
That's good to know. Whenever we say we want a fast
It does break
next
it,
time,
but it does
when
work.
you hit the ground at
I
nearly
got knocked down.
200
Is it working for Craig?
None of this.
I mean, an emergency, yes, it works.
First person or third person?
I do the landing in
Once Kelly repairs me, because currently I'm sat in the middle of the runway with smoking geek.
Oh, because I was gonna have you do it, but I don't know if you're okay with doing the left seat. That's the problem.
Well, I do the flying in like first person, but yeah, as soon as I get near the landing, I go third. So.
Alright, so I'll give you control then.
Oh, that's wild. I went into third person, and then everywhere Pelly looks, I'm looking.
Oh.
There you go.
And I can.
Once again, unlock controls. Pretty much, I want you to take controls, and then basically.
Yeah.
Well, now it's doing the same for McFly.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I am far enough away from the landing point if you do want to land.
Yeah, I should have enough space. Coming in.
Roger.
yeah. I was saying to McFly, these guns, you can't aim these miniguns for shit, can you? They've got no sights on them.
That's why I like to shoot the minigun of the Griffin, mate.
But you can't even see the tracers.
Yeah, you can.
Sort of. You have to be looking quite close though.
Kelly, see with the route you took, like the route you've drawn, the faster one, it's definitely faster. But I find there's like a potential issue where when you approach, when you come off that tree line, you're at a very big angle, so you actually end up with quite a lot of vertical height.
I actually have the fastest one already figured out what the fastest route is.
Oh god. What time?
That's what the fastest route is.
Oh yeah, you
Kelly, can you heal me in my aircraft, please?
You've got parachutes in here.
My aircraft will also need fuel.
Channel switched. Channel
Can you repair my aircraft? Can you give me fuel? Can you give me
My
some
aircraft will also
ecstasy?
need fuel as well. I'll try a different route this time.
Ah, yeah, so bloody.
Yeah, it's definitely that one, but maybe a little bit closer to now. It's fine.
Actually, no, I haven't.
Oh, there's Lewis. Coming in for the last.
Oh shit, no. You did say relay, I guess. So.
I'm going to try that if you can see it.
Or you're diving for speed, I guess?
No, there's a reason why I think that's the fastest route, and that's due to terrain.
I'm gonna try this and do a thing.
Wait, you don't have to try the green one. That's just a theoretical route I think is fastest. If I just basically you just try the standard straight in route.
Let me know
okay.
when I'm
And then
good
pivot
to
off
go,
and just keep it off the left as a pivot and then spiral around it.
Roger that, Pegasus 1-4 is ingressing momentarily.
Kelly, I have heals, please.
Starts again?
I need you to heal me, mate. I'm about to bleed out.
God, that boy is just always in trouble.
Channel switched. Channel switched.
Maybe for the end of Chumley's birthday celebration, we could get Peach to do a 10 grid reference and we can fire a storm shadow at him.
Oh, I like it.
I mean, it's training for Peach, you know, make his night worthwhile. And the new information I provided of 10 grids.
I'll just go for the Jets to do the thing, but okay, I don't know. We'll see.
No, we gotta do the red arrow. We have to. But instead of filling them with coloured smoke, we'll fill them with Agent Orange.
Right, no, that's a bit high. It's a wee bit high. No, too much speed in the descent.
Too
As soon as you do the
much.
spiral, you put a bit too much speed.
That could have been fast, but I undershot.
Undershot, and also when you went upwards, you essentially gained too much altitude, and by the time you put your nose down, the nose was going also too far down, so by the time you were trying to pull the nose back up, your aircraft was starting to accelerate again.
Yeah, but I felt pretty confident in my direction. I think I could probably prevent that. Yeah, no, but I think you can hear me, but I'll try and long.
I can hear. But yeah, so pretty much the only thing I'd say is just for you got the technique. It's just more of practice, but at least you can consistently get it in a way that it's hard to be shot down. At least if you know it's a hot HLS. Obviously, for standard HLSs, we'll still be using the normal technique of just simply approaching it at a slow pace, like Fly, because that is the safer one.
Gang shit.
For stranger HLSs, and which will be more difficult, it's good to know. So
Definitely feel like if I did that route again, I could get a really fast time.
Shut up, go!
England.
Oh, nearly. Throw it off at the end there.
Da da da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 na 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 na.
While we go over the hill, you're losing speed as you're going up, which is going to help once you idle at the top.
Let's stop roger that. And I do.
Okay, just trying to just a bit more speed, try to keep as close to the ground as you can, we're a bit high.
Okay.
But we're still getting too much speed as you're getting down. A bit fast.
Oh hey, look at all that altitude we just gained. Oh, okay. This is going really well, guys. It's not too bad though. It's not great.
It's
better than the first one. Put it that way.
It's better, but you have to be a bit more comfortable near the ground. Go ahead and just try and go back and then try again.
Oh, you want me to try again? It was, yeah, if I need to be a lot lower to the ground, but the altitude I gained wouldn't have been that significant.
Maybe a flight ingress.
Channel switched. Channel switched.
Maybe, well, yeah, if we're doing a hot HLS, you know, you guys are going to need a door gunner if you think about it, so maybe I don't have to do hot HLSs, I just door gun them, mate. Makes perfect sense to me.
User left your channel.
Well, it's just usually there in case for some reason all of us are not there.
I mean, I did that hot HLS, bloody, okay, we'll just ingress now. That hot HLS brimstone, remember the last day? And you had to, like, you were in the Apache and you just fucking strafed, like, everything. The amount of fire I was receiving was very scary, but, I mean, I was on the ground and I was still receiving loads of fire.
Yeah, that is. A bit less power, we're already quite high.
Or I'll just idle it from right here, pretty much, I guess.
Idle it, let the aircraft begin falling. Now Apache pushing us down.
So, definitely not 190.
User left your channel.
It's okay.
User joined your channel.
Speed like this is perfect.
Trying to lose altitude there.
Yep. You don't have to push the nose forward on the Chinook, it literally will just, once you start speed, it will just come back at a good angle. And then, ready. Left turn, rudder now. Left turn and rudder now.
Okay, I probably turned a bit early, but yeah.
It's fine.
I mean, yeah,
you're right over it. You're right over the HLS anyways.
Yeah, turned a bit early, but it worked.
I mean, you did the thing. It wasn't as graceful as Pele's, but you did it.
Hooray!
There you go. Fun squad by landing.
Yeah, I'll fly us back.
Feel good, do you want to do one more?
Nah, we'll stop with it.
Alright.
But yes,
that is the idea of today, at least. I'm okay if you don't get like the fastest time.
Hey, Kona, I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, as long as I get the and I can do it. Oh yeah, dang.
Oh, Lewis is there, I can cross him up.
Oh, nice. Let it go, let it.
So I would say probably around 160 is the max you want to be hitting the ground with that thing.
Alright.
But that's still not a bad number to know.
Right, so
McCarthy's coming back soon.
Yeah. McCarthy knows the technique. I'm aware if he's missing. Gibbons has just learned a few more things about his aircraft and probably what is the more optimal way to approach it.
I was going to say that the thing that I'm learning is, firstly, obviously I've still got things I need to change, but also that, like I said, I haven't flown in a while, so I haven't had a chance to use the Merlin as much as I'd like to. So this gives me the opportunity to learn it a bit more.
User joined
I think
your
I've flown the
channel.
Chinook for a while. Every campaign I want to fly a Chinook, it's like, oh, by the way, we need the Apache.
Yeah.
User left your channel.
So yeah, just as a ballpark figure, I just said to Ancona, 160 is the fastest you want to be hitting the ground with the Merlin.
Okay.
190 still breaks it. It's still flyable, but it breaks it. 245, you'll just no.
All right.
So 110 is like I hit the ground at 110, didn't even damage the helicopter slightly. So 160 is probably the max you want to be hitting the ground with.
All right. Cool. For that, McFly, well, at least you're starting to get the technique. It still could be improved, but he's starting to get it now. Because the original time he was flying it, I saw him making the turn with full collective, and the helicopter was just accelerating away in the turn. So, at least we got the base idea. From there, it's just now improvement of trying to feel a bit more comfortable lower to the ground. But so far, doing that rather than the slow approach in will be significantly better in a hot HLS than the slow approach, pretty much.
The other thing I would just flag up as well as something that I thought about it is that we probably don't do enough evasive flying or potentially hazardous HLSs.
That's because the infantry will complain, and also Lewis starts to always move the HLS away whenever it's anything of danger.
Yeah, but like, not being funny, but we have now hit hot HLSs, so I feel like maybe we should do practice where like one of us is in this like the seat of the gun. Rather than as in of the AI that's shooting us. Like, you know, not to deliberately shoot, but like just to give us a bit more of like.
That is my plan for hopefully the next training with the infantry.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that something within Core can be organized that over more focused in hot HLSs for us while they do whatever it is that they're doing.
Yeah, we can organize something.
I feel a little bit like what I've done before has like is like what I've learnt off my back, not
yeah.
Yeah, like Sea Dragon we had
trained. Yeah.
Sea Dragon was just hot HLS after hot HLS, whereas like me and McFly obviously haven't had the experience of hot HLSs much recently. So like some good experience for us would be.
No, but also it's just the only other problem is that also in HQ it's that whenever it's a slightly hotter size, we'll take the safer route.
Yeah.
User left your channel.
Again, that's all that we just first have to do one training with the infantry, because I don't want to have to go straight into like full practices actually under fire and everything.
User joined your channel.
While the infantry are never going to use it.
Agreed. Yeah.
So pretty much if it's going to work out for like say a feature FTX or something like that, and that's agreed, then next training we'll begin some more practice with this as a recap with actual fire and being undertaken. And obviously practicing some different locations rather than just landing on this field. Let's see.
What we can do actually is, since the procedure for HLSs is to have secondary HLSs or tertiary HLSs for that matter. So in case one is hot, then the procedure is bug off and fly to the secondary one.
Pretty much, which is what we planned for. What was the day? The day McFly got shot down by the SAM site.
SAM site?
Yeah, we're kind of taught though, to, like,
we had like three emergency HLSs that day.
McFly, when the Chinook got shot by the missile that you didn't know was being fired at you.
Oh, that one over the sea,
Yeah, remember how many HLSs we had down that day?
I had to bring like 8 harm missiles.
Yes.
Actually, you did have another hot HLS as well, McFly, in the last day.
Yeah, last day was the hottest HLS I've ever been to, man. Fucking hell, RPG nearly hit me.
Yeah, but yeah, so basically that is the plan. Like we already have the template behind that, so it's just a matter of practicing. We'll do that if the infantry, because obviously we're gonna do it like, but it's so inconsistent of like how it's done. It's never planned. It's more of just like infantry getting screwed. We need it right now. Like I'd prefer it to be like something of like an assault type thing as well in some cases.
Bring it up with Lewis. Maybe we can practice. Maybe the infantry can practice like
yeah, like for example, next training it could be literally just us doing hot HLSs while dropping the infantry off and then dusting.
Yeah.
Afghan circling above them.
To be honest, the infantry could probably do some practice of withdrawal under fire.
Could be also an extraction, like a last ditch extraction effort. So there is no secondary or tertiary HLS that we can use.
We've just we're on the ground.
Yeah,
so getting shot at. They need to board up the Chinooks to get the fuck out of there.
User joined your channel.
Why did you say we're on the ground? You're in flight. No, you'll be in the army.
Yeah, as in we're already landed. The infantry retreat back to us.
Okay.
User joined
you wouldn't land unless the infantry are ready to
Well,
board.
that's what I mean. It could have been a clear HLS. We've landed there, but the infantry are getting pushed back. They get vehicles running at them, and they're throwing smoke and pulling back.
Yeah, true.
HLS could become hot while we're on the ground, you know.
Yeah, well, it can, yeah.
Oh, well, I just have to do very quick math, just very quickly. Hold on.
Just sounds like Afghans need more than ever. You
need to first be able to fly it.
What do you mean fly? Afghans easy peasy fly, man.
Oh no!
Once you can fly it and also be able to do the hot HLSs, then
I'll let Afghan. I've flown Afghan
Alright,
before.
here's the deal, McFly. If you can fly and do the hot HLS landings consistently good to a good standard, I'll let you gun only. Because I want you to be there as a backup should none of us be available. At least at the very minimum.
Yeah.
You don't need to still do like engine failure landings.
I can kind of do them. Plus Arma physics. If I ever get an engine failure,
Don't worry. I've got engine failures planned later on. But anyways, let's see. So yeah, so for now, it's pretty much that's that. If you feel like you want to do a bit more practice right now, go ahead. I need to just do a few bits of calculation for math because I'm trying to plan the timing for the flyover.
Does it need to be extremely complicated math to figure that out? Or?
Well, no, because I'm trying to calculate to the point of where. Because what is it? The idea is that we'll come in at a certain speed and be at a certain point. I'll give Peach the signal on long range to, just in case the infantry decide they want to sing Happy Birthday to Chumley, and then the flyover happens right at the end of it.
How long is the Happy Birthday song? Like
it's about 12 seconds.
Birthday to you.
What we should probably do, Perry,
to you.
is come east, well, southeast to northwest.
And then if you go the full Happy Birthday Chumley da da da, and then it pretty much goes to about 12 seconds. So at about a 15-second mark, I give Peach the signal.
What are you doing for me? It's my birthday on Sunday. I want to see something extravagant.
Well, you better
Your birthday is also on Sunday. Then you'll.
Yes.
But you're in flight, so that's the thing.
I feel like you won't
I
be
want
here
the
on
infantry
Sunday.
to do a flyover for me with 24 airplanes.
Yeah, I also feel like you won't be here.
No, not you, bloody McCarthy.
I'll be getting drunk on Saturday.
I'm gonna go.
And then I'll also be drunk on Sunday. So
why do you have a kidney problem? Why the fuck do you drink so much?
It affects your liver mostly, kind of. Not really, but like.
Yeah, you can sit in the back of the Red Arrows if you wanted to. Just saying.
God, that's really boring. Yeah,
they're two-seat aircraft.
needs to be processed.
The other thing is, Pelly, we also need to decide: are we just flying over, or are we breaking off?
We're pretty much going to be flying over, and then once we pass over, we'll break into what do you call it?
The 5 points. So
yeah, the 5 points. Yeah. Right, so the two go diagonally upward, and then the center one goes upwards. Yeah.
Are we doing smoke as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa!
What's the point in using the red arrows and no smoke?
Well, I mean, they look cool, mate.
Well, because we only have 5 aircraft, it's blue center, white on the next 2, and then red for the outer ones.
Okay,
France.
Are you sure it's not blue on the out?
We don't have enough aircraft for the out parts because once you get the 9th aircraft,
Yeah, no, but I thought it was.
I said we just
white, red in the middle.
Well, we can adjust and we can pretty much just take off, do the formation, and then adjust the smokes as we see fit in the air.
Don't worry, boys. I just watched today the 2018. What was it? When the fucking RAF flies over Buckingham Palace.
Oh, the 2019 100 years of the RAF.
Yeah, and so the color scheme was, I think, blue on the very left.
Yes.
Who cares about the UK one? I'm talking about
or
America.
we can be America for him, and then pretty much just have 2 red with a white, with a blue, white, blue.
Oh yeah, fuck, we can be.
I'm not doing any fucking UK flags in the air, boys. You can do it with 4 aircraft.
The red arrows seem to have white in the middle, red on the right side, and blue on the left side.
Yeah.
I'll be white and stand for the white and the Irish flag. That's okay. I can work.
Anyways, let's just go to aircraft and we'll begin the formation and begin the flight.
Oh no, please don't.
Shall we go? So alright.
Yeah, boy.
Scramble.
Scramble.
You coming, Peach, to the RAF aircraft?
Bagsy, the most northwestern one.
By the way, I tried getting rid of all the pods and missiles on the thing. Unfortunately, you can't because Zizek.
I swear we did before.
Yeah, you can pretty much fire them if you want to once we're airborne and drop the tanks. But actually, no, keep the tanks because we need fuel. Feel free to go in back of whichever aircraft you want.
Okay.
The scary point is you can turn the smoke on the ground.
Yeah, don't. It's a script I made, and that's something that this is the only aircraft now which can do it. As in, literally, this is the only. Actually, no, this is the only mod that has it. So.
Red 1, ready.
What's the short range? 68 point.
Center point is red 1, unless you want to be center point.
I mean, if I'm center point, I don't really have to do anything.
Actually, yeah, McFly, you can be center point
User
then.
left your
yes! Red 1, ready.
Well, you have to also make the sounds of like and pull.
I thought you were gonna have to say I had to make engine sounds.
User joined
I think the squadron leader should be center point, should he not? For realism.
He should, I guess.
So if you're flying in the formation, in a wedge formation, then yes. Pointy bit of the arrow is should be a tally.
Alright, red one spooling.
What's your short range again, Ty?
I want to be whatever red is on
Yeah.
the far left side.
958.
User joined your
958.
I think it's red 3.
Alright, red 3 spooling.
Red 2 is on the right, and red 3 is on the left.
Red October spooling.
The fuck?
You haven't seen the Family Guy Star Wars, have you? Red 5
I have,
spooling.
but I can't remember it.
So it's 2 on the right, 3 on the left, 4 on the right, and 5 on the left.
Do we have that many? Oh wait, sorry, I was wondering.
We have 5, so yeah.
I think.
Do you want to do this stagger takeoff, or do we want to take off all at once?
Staggered.
User joined your channel.
So 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5.
Yep.
Do you need flaps to take this thing off? Or how does it
Oh,
work?
yeah.
I've never flown this aircraft.
I always put my flaps. Like whenever I take off any form of jet, I put my flaps to 1 down, no matter what.
I'm gonna go 2 just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, I'm going 2 as well.
2 it is.
Right. 1, go. Rolling.
Red 3, do you want to roll out as well? Just to prepare?
Okay.
Oh, it's bumpy.
There's my bumper. Yeah, look up at about 200 foot as far down the runway.
Apologies, wrong button.
Red 3 rolling.
Red 4, Red 5, we'll join takeoff, see if it works.
User left your channel.
Red one's gonna be in a holding stack, going southbound initially, then to making a left turn to the north.
Ready, alright. Red flight, brakes, engine power, go.
Jeez, fuel goes on these things quite quickly.
Yeah, it seems to.
Yeah.
Guzzles it.
How's the back seat?
It's pretty cozy, actually. You can see quite a lot.
Oh jeez.
Pulling up on the right.
I can even turn on the smoke for you.
Alright, well, I'll let you do smoke.
I think I can turn it on. Oh no, maybe I can't. I can designate which one.
What is T-14 doing on the map?
Oh no, everybody out, F4.
T14.
Red one, white smoke on for easy identification.
What's your altitude, Brett? Be advised, Red 5 is having issues, so Red 5 is going to invert his fucking controls.
Wait, I forgot that we have double smoke layers, so essentially it kind of works as... I guess, if you... as multiple aircraft, essentially.
What speed are we doing?
370.
Are we able to stack the different smokes?
Yeah? Wait, you mean different smokes on left and right?
No, I mean, can we have them all on at once? Like
No.
blue, red, and white.
No, it's only one at a time.
Alright, Red 5 is now an active and controllable aircraft again.
Ignore the background noise I have.
I can't even hear it over McCarthy's screeching.
Throttles on 24% just for information.
User in
And
your
leveling up
channel
north.
timed out.
Just confirm, Red flight, I am left side on rear in formation, echelon, yes.
The arrowhead is what we're doing. Big battle formation.
Apologies, yes, arrowhead is what I meant.
Red 3, see if you can close the gap a bit more.
Yeah, roger.
Red 1, confirmed speed and current throttle just so I can narrow in.
Throttle adjusting to 16%, speed is 360 and dropping, altitude 1,100.
Well, sounds like a guests.
Yeah.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
1220.
Looking good, Red 1, looking good.
Alright, I guess you have the pictures pretty much. Once the final red joins the back on the left side, I'll begin left turn.
I'm on your right.
Red 5 is joined on the left side.
So remember, all red on the right side, you're using red smoke.
I'm gonna pop red smoke now.
So what, left side's doing all blue?
Left side blue, center is squadron leader with white, and then on the right side we will have red smoke.
Or red
I
3
just recommend just popping your smoke now so we can all confirm colors for each other.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Blue smoke out.
Confirmed blue on left side.
Joined your channel.
Someone's got a wrong color.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
There we go. We're doing fucking work here, are we?
Yeah, we have to work on getting the information a bit closer. Speed is still 320.
User left your channel.
I'm just going to focus on maintaining speed and altitude.
I'm gonna close up. I was doing 320, but I'm gonna close up onto you now, so I'll increase 350 and then put throttle back. Didn't even realize the Hawk has got picture-in-picture for your fucking mirrors. That's cool.
Yep.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
There we go. %, throttle, 318, and trying to partially make it altitude. Alright then, gentlemen, let's bring it a bit closer to the ground. Throttle going idle now, and dropping nose. Oh, look at that. Look at that, boys.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
This is a weird one, but I like to fly third person in this jet, so I can see what the fuck we're doing.
Making the turn a bit too fast. Speed is still 312.
Oh.
Speed increases side to 320 in the turn, but it's alright. Apologies, I dropped my speed a bit.
User joined your channel.
Oh, where are
I threw speed brakes out because I was on the left, I didn't need to be as fast. Just confirm speed, flight lead.
Speed's kind of 300, trying to maintain 320 now. My bad, I was looking behind and enjoying the picture.
Where's that? 300.
Yep, 320 currently, maintaining 320.
Anybody know the idle speed or the idle engine you need for this?
Yeah, idle. At the moment we're descending, so it's pretty much idle to maintain the 320.
Raj, but it's not maintaining for me, but we'll see what I can do.
Yeah. All right, and now leveling off. We'll go back to 60%, and I'll let you know if
Cool, I got a lag spike there. You guys just shot in front of me.
Yeah. Increasing power back to 20%.
Apologies, I'm lagging behind a wee bit. I'll catch up.
Alright, I'm going to pretend to do the practice pass over the airfield as we would for the real thing, so we'll make a left turn and line us up for the runway. Left turn now.
90 degrees, let's go.
Nah.
Keep them on their toes.
Speed is 330, power is 20. Speed is 337.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Speed 37 still.
Are there any parachutes in this?
Okay, 41 is about
Ejector
stable for
seats.
me, which is weird.
Whoa.
Please only checked. I don't know if it might eject me as well.
Oh. Oh, that's a shame. I was thinking about ejecting as we went over the runway.
Really?
But if it fires you out as well, I won't do it.
And then pretty much the final stretch on the straight on the runway, we'll close up as best as we can.
I'd be like Tumley's birthday stripper descending from the
Is the
stars.
infantry even there?
No, this is just a practice run to see how best we can get the line up. And
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
apologies, increased my speed went up quite a bit in the descent. Turning sharper and slowing down so I can get you guys catch up. Speed target will be 320. Final pass.
User left your channel.
320.
User joined your channel.
Final pass line up ready. Alright, let's close it up for the practice run. Lewis just messaged me. Blakely says they're ready.
Oh,
can you message Lewis just make sure they're not already at the airfield because this might be the actual pass?
Oh, it's not on my net.
Oh dear.
User joined your channel.
Do I tell them to start singing?
I don't know. Is he there? Ask them where they are because we're just doing a practice run.
I'll discuss.
Alright guys, and then prepare. Once we pass the runway, I'll call break, and then we'll break off in our separate directions. Outer wings break outwards, then the diagonals, and then I'll break upwards.
Roger.
Oh, they're already down there.
Yeah, they're assembled down there. There. Ah. Guess it wasn't a practice run.
Passing now, and break. Going up.
Bada bing. Bada bing.
Left your channel. User joined your channel.
Looks like they're all done, by the way.
User left your channel.
There's a few of them down there for it.
Oh, okay.
User left your channel.
What would that be? Fucking 10,
Red
10
5,
Bravo.
am I good to land?
2-3.
Yeah, feel free to land, gentlemen.
Oh, that was it?
Apparently that was it, because I thought this was the practice run, we'd have some more time, but apparently they finished a lot earlier than expected. Like, they finished almost an hour earlier than I was expecting.
Did you watch us or no?
Yeah, they were down there.
User left your channel.
I just hope Chumley was down there, that was the main point.
Red 2 coming in for a landing on final now.
Right.
Roger that, Red.
I got a half hour, Billy.
You can eject if you want.
Eject, eh?
Go ahead and eject, let me see if I'll stay in the plane, split the test.
It didn't work, Pelly. Oh my god, bye.
Bye.
Did you get video of it at least?
Yeah, I have it all on video. It's all on stream.
Remember me!
Red 1, number 2 on final.
This thing flies so weird.
Yeah, it's still a beta aircraft, but it's the only Hawk jet that exists in Arma.
User left your channel.
Careful on landing, boys. After 200, it drops. Like
Red 3 on final.
Yeah, I noticed that. Maybe you're 1, or maybe you're 5 putting in for the final.
Apologies, I didn't announce it. I'm still not very keen on jet landings, so I just sort of slotted myself in.
No worries. This was just a little bit of fun.
Red 5, short final.
Red 2 is going down.
Red 1 is going down.
Red 5, touchdown.
Oh, look at this.
Red 4, spawn down. Yeah, I'm getting there. I did my landing was fine. It was just I'm still not sure how I feel about landing.
Okay.
Like I landed fine, but like I was like oh. But like apparently my brain knows better than my body does.
Fair.
Because I mean I touched it down, no bumps,
Yeah.
decent speed, slowed down enough. But yeah, my brain was screaming at me the whole way.
But yeah. Anyways,
Yeah,
that
the whole
was...
infantry disconnected. Did any of them see anything?
Oh yeah, there was a few disconnected earlier, right as we were passing, and then there's most of them disconnected after the pass.
Lewis just disconnected, so hopefully Lewis saw it at least.
Yep. He saw definitely all of it. Anyways, we can index as well.
I'm just gonna go for a pass real quick.
Channel switch. User joined your channel.
This is great because it means I can still be able to go to, well, provided there's no Arma drama and I'm not having to stick around, I will actually be able to go to bed at 10:30 again. I'm excited. I have to get up at 6 every morning at the moment.
Oof.
So.
Work?
No, I have to go and let my dad. I have to go and feed my dad's cat.
Oh.
And my dad lives half an hour away from me.
Oh God.
So I have to drive to my dad.